What is SAP FICO? Okay, finance and controlling, right? Okay. What about It's you all know.
Materials management.
What about sales and distribution? The SD part. Anyone know about sales and distribution part?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Anyone can just give a one-line answer about each and every module, so it will be good. So, in which case we are going with SAP FICO module. What are they? Who can take up this SAP FICO module consulting experience?
Where we manage the profit and loss, and balance sheet.
Right. More about company codes, then balance sheet, right? Profit and balance, P&L sheet. Then more about profit, cost
Cost
center.
center.
Cost and
Yeah, more you can see in the finance and controlling. It's more about the
Financial area.
financial part. We can take care of the company and auditing part, reporting on the taxation part. Then a lot of things will come under finance and controlling, right? Invoice,
payable.
account payable, account receivable, all this come under finance and controlling. Okay. When you talk about better management, more about the we will be working on the procurement activity,
Procurement of
and also inventory management will come into picture, and also you can find more about the contracts, schedule agreements, and a couple of special procurement activity, direct and indirect procurement. A lot of things will come under material management. Okay, sales and distribution more about where you can find a order to cash, I can say, where customer look for the requirement of any product. We will be raising a sales order for that, and it will have a quotation, then billing for the customer, then issuing the goods to a customer, and transportation, then reaching to the customer end, and they will just confirm the invoice, and we will have to do the account receivable activity, AR process. Okay. And what about SAP PP module? Production planning. What are the things we do in production planning module?
I guess in this
Base production order.
SAP module,
Yeah, one
we do budgeting and planning, and we decide what kind of material we required and how much material we required, all those stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, more about planning, and more about we work on the production control activity, how to handle the requirement of some product to be produced internally. If you have the customer looking for some product and stock is not available, then definitely production planning team will take care of the assembly activity, manufacturing process, or more about multiple work center will be there, where the each and every process will taken care. You take any production based company, right, where you can see take care of PepsiCo or Coca-Cola or MRF or any brand, where exactly the particular product they are going to manufacture, right? So that is all taken care by production planning team, and for that area to take care of it, right? Then definitely SAP PP module will come into picture. Okay, these all modules name I can put here. Okay, in SAP it will be more clear for all.
Prasun, asset management for production planning, like manufacturing any goods and all those comes also under production planning.
Can you repeat the question?
I'm asking like whatever assets we acquire for producing a product, like factory equipments and all those things also comes under production planning.
It comes under plant maintenance also. If you're talking about machineries to handle that, all the assets, right? Functional
Yeah.
location, I can talk about. If you're talking about any boiler company or any plant maintenance activity taken care, right? If you take a bigger Adani Power, or maybe bigger entity where they are managing a lot of electrical
Assets.
maintenance activity, right? So that time you have to plan for production plant maintenance activity over there, right? So it comes under plant maintenance. And if you're talking about asset purchase, right, it will come under MM only, where you talk about purchasing the asset for your current company, what they are looking for any activity like administration activity or production of some material or taking care of in-house machinery item, right? So that you have to purchase from other entity, other side to our company, right? So that time definitely the who is looking for that center, right, or maybe machine to like install in that company premise. So someone from that respective team will raise for the requisition, or they look for such a product to be procured. Then yeah, it may come under production planning side, or it may come from a plant maintenance side, or it may be from a SAP project system also, PS module. And here it's quality management. It's more about quality management will come into picture in every area. Even you are receiving the goods from the side, where you can find a QM. Even when you are going with the goods issued to the sales order, right, there also QM will come into picture. Even during the production planning, you are producing some product and you are going to inspect, and then only you can go and keep it in a semi-finished store location or finished store location. I'll give a little background of business flow, which will be easy for everyone to understand instead of I directly jump into the module level. Okay, I'll take some process side. Okay, I'll take a company, Honeywell. Okay, I'll get into the company's website and I'll give a background of product. Okay, take this company which has all the products, right? Energy transition, innovation, automation, aerospace, building technologies, future of aviation, all that you can see, right? So they have these many verticals. See what we do, right? Company says we are into aerospace, commercial building, then data center, energy, healthcare, life science, logistics and warehouse, manufacturing, retail, utilities. Okay, these are a different vertical of business vertical. So they cannot merge with the utility with retail or manufacturing with the life science, right? They have to keep a separate entity for entire business to run. But the brand will be a one brand. This will be the brand. So this will be considered as a company brand, right? Company name, I can say. Then under that, you can have a multiple company codes for each and every business what they are running in a particular organization level. So if you take aerospace side, you just go with this aerospace side, right? So then you can find more about the products, right? What they have, what we do, all the services, right? So under this, lot of things you can see that. Okay, in case you want to explore more about advanced air mobility or business jet or defense, right? Space, helicopters, general aviation. So this is coming under aerospace. If I take defense side, right? Yeah, these are the things they have in there. This will be checked by whom? The customer, right? If someone wants to buy any product from Honeywell, then other customer will be raising an order to Honeywell, and then they will work on the delivering of their products to the customer, right? So they may have a multiple products in their business side. Then we will be exploring that all what products they are managing in a particular sector, right? So you can see here under defense, they have a fighter 30 plus platforms, helicopters 20 plus platforms, land systems, marine system, right? And here you can see all the supported platforms what they have, right? This will be a final product for them, right? Like any customer who is looking for a any final product, right? That will be the final product will be produced by Honeywell brand. Okay, so for that we have to work out on the system configuration. So when you get into any company's implementation project, right, it is not easy to take care of entire business what they are running, right? We may divide the requirement of that particular organization, how many verticals they have, how many business centers they have, how many country specific they are running their business, right? So you have to make a proper the discover of their existing business process, right? And accordingly we can give a solution on the SAP S/4HANA application to implement. Now Honeywell is already using SAP ECC 6.0, and even SAP S/4HANA also they are implementing for their all the organization level, right? That's going on now. Similarly, if I take other example of Airbus helicopters as a one more example of which I have managed to work, right? This is the client which I have taken. I have worked on supporting of their requirements on the material management and the plant maintenance. So here also you can see, right, what are the products they have, and how they manage to deliver all this product to customer, right? These are all things you can see from their website. How you get more in detailed information after you get into their company's requirement and you start implementing the application for their company, right? That's it. Okay, for that we have to firstly initially we will make sure that how many modules they want to implement for their business requirement. First we will map. Okay, if they're using any other ERP system in the company, right, they're moving from a other ERP to SAP S/4HANA, right? Definitely that time we'll try to understand what they are following. That is called ASIS process. ASIS means they're following today with other application. These are the activity they are managing and executing all the data management in existing ERP, and how they want to be processed. Okay, to be means how we can move from this to other ERP to legacy ERP, or any ERP system, I can say legacy ERP to SAP S/4HANA. Okay, we will understand the ASIS process, what they have today, and how we can manage to implement into SAP S/4HANA. What are the SAP S/4HANA best practices given feature, right? Whether it is directly fit as per the process what they're following, whether it is fitting with the SAP given feature, then we will just keep that data as it is. And if something is not meeting the expectation of the customer with the existing SAP given standard software, then we will work with the fit configuration. Means we will try to configure in the backend with the support of functional consultant. Here you can find you can take a support of functional consultants, definitely. And even during checking of whether the existing process is matching with the SAP S/4HANA, we will check the fit part. Okay, these are the configuration which we can just keep as it is, which will be working even for the client what we are looking for it, right? Like it's working fine. Then here more about functional consultant work will come into picture when you take the data of what is to be configured, fit configuration, right? Then functional consultant will come into picture. It's not only about FICO module consultant, consultant, SD consultant, PP consultant, QM, PM, PS, like that. All the consultant will come into picture. Okay, so in some cases warehouse management will come into picture, or EWM. Okay, so even in S/4HANA, warehouse management module is there. Okay, if anyone moving from SAP ECC 6.02, if they want to move into SAP S/4HANA, right? So that time definitely SAP WMA is used here to manage the warehouse management. Then definitely they will put that all the feature into SAP S/4HANA also. They can continue. In case they are not happy with the WM module support system, right? Like in the sense, what are the features given by SAP? They can adopt EWM module also, extended warehouse management, or extended warehouse management. This is one more module. Okay, so just stop me in between. You are not able to follow all the module details. Just this is a basic knowledge for everyone to know about entire module which exists in the SAP S/4HANA system. So one more module we can talk about transportation management. This is generally in some cases business wants to extend their shipping transportation activity other than the SD module what SAP given. With this SD module, they are not able to manage the transportation activity completely to reaching the to handle the activity SAP. Then they will go with the SAP transportation management as another add-on module. Okay, these are the core module I can say. Okay, this generally they will go through all the module in during the implementation time. And EWM and TM is like an add-on module. Even I can add here SAP IBP or SAP BT come into picture in the cloud version. Okay, business technology platform. And IBP is more about integrated business planning module. Okay, so in case of whatever SAP given production planning and quality management, all this module is not suffice their requirement, whatever they are looking for, right? They need something advanced module to be add on, then we will give a we'll approach, like we will say that okay, there is a one module called integrated business planning. So if you implement this particular IBP module, there are many features available here. You can execute that through the SAP S/4HANA system. Like that, we will give a multiple module option. Business technology platform is more about which comes under cloud platform, not in on-premise. I'll come to that level. What is on-premise? What is cloud? Okay. In cloud, they have given only limited option to change the configuration in the backend. I will show that what exactly configuration, what is exactly the front end knowledge, all that, right? Once I get into SAP screen, you are able to relate the SAP Easy Access front end screen and what is back end screen of the SAP S/4HANA. That part I will show you. Before that, I want to give a detailed information about the all the module, and these are the functional module I can say, and there are other module also you can find in SAP S/4HANA. So that you can explore, like SAP Vim is there, vendor invoice management, right? I'll add it here. Vendor invoice management. Okay, this is also one module which is there in the SAP, where MM and FICO and Vim, which will be more integrated. Okay, wherever business wants to handle vendor invoice management separately, then Vim module will be implemented, and for that Vim SAP Vim consultants will be there as functional consultant. Okay, so in my experience, I have seen even MM consultant can become SAP Vim also, or SAP FICO consultant can take up SAP Vim experience also. From that, they can work on the Vim side requirement. Okay, and these are the functional model which I know with my experience. Someone is saying
MDG.
SAP S/4HANA MDG. Yeah, SAP MDG is more about master data governance. Yeah, that is also functional side you can see. Okay, little about technical knowledge you should know there. Not much I can say. So nowadays, like overall SAP already consultant in experience of like an SAP MM model for a couple of years experience, they are moving into even SAP master data governance module level experience, right? And they are gaining such knowledge from a different client, and yeah, they're managing SAP MDG module also. And I will not put here as a functional module this part. I'll just put it here. Okay, because this is more about technical side. I can say SAP BTP, or I can talk about SAP ABAP. Okay, ABAP is more about programming, coding side. I can say programming side. You should know more about the ABAP. These are the technical module. Okay, SAP ABAP, SAP BTP, and SAP CPI, Cloud Platform Integration. Then SAP Basics will come into picture, which is more about database management and performance of the system, right? More they will take care of the even system landscape and any during the system architecture, right? Basics will come into picture and they will take care of the same. If anyone just ping or just type, no, just address it. Just unmute your mic and you just question me. I can take care of it.
Hi, Praveen. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
What is SAP HCM? HCM? Yeah, I have read it somewhere.
SAP HCM is I can add it here. It's more about human capital management. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, HR management, human capital management. So in HR side, I know about two model which generally they implement: SAP HCM and SAP SuccessFactors.
OMPA. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this two are comes under more into like SAP human capital management, where more about employment data, employees details, right? And even success factors. I don't know much about this module, but we are exploring more about this, which comes under human capital management or HR. And yeah, where you can see more about a cloud version implementation time, customer are going with SAP SuccessFactors implementation. That this module. Okay.
Performance and goals management, PMGM.
Right. So that part we'll explore soon. about this part is still pending, and other all we are exploring. And Vim is not at IBP Vim. We have not touched it. We are working on that. And MDG, recently we have connected with a couple of experienced people in different organization level. And yeah, we are working on that part too, to know more about SAP MDG knowledge also. And this SAP XM, we have already started for a couple of requirements, and it's going well. And SuccessFactors, still we are working on it. And other organizations are working on SuccessFactors implementation, training, all that they are taking care of it. But from attack skills, we are yet to start. And ABAP we have internally, BTP we are working on it, CPA also we are now exploring more about the cloud platform integration, what we can, how much we can give a knowledge to all who can learn at least what exactly CPA, how it works, all that, right? Just if you know something, general knowledge about what is what, then that's enough. Okay. Even you can know little more about SAP GRC and security. This is which comes under more on authorization part of the SAP, where security team will take care of the roles and responsibility. Like example, you take a role of a buyer or inventory analyst or planning engineer or purchase engineer or procurement analyst, senior manager, or any role which we are going to create in a SAP system, right? Login ID, credential, and all. So that time, security team will try to maintain the roles and responsibility, which they can only access particular transaction only in SAP. So it should stop some other transaction for a role who is just managing some monitoring activity, or only display option will be available. Change or create option will not be given, because they may create some data in the system. It may impact, or maybe they can access a couple of data which is more sensitive, case sensitive, which they cannot even explore, right? So that part of access will be given to a senior management team, or who has a more experience into business, and they can at least take an action for that. Yeah, and yeah, in the business side, we will be differentiating user level, super user level, power user level, like that. Different position will be there, and according to their exposure to SAP or business, they will have a roles and responsibility. And yeah, from that, the GRC and security team can control the access. Okay. Till now, all are able to follow me, or if you are not able to follow, just please stop me. Okay, I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
Anything
good question.
out here, just you can address. Okay, GRC, even I don't know the abbreviation part, you can just check it once.
Governance, risk, and compliance.
Governance, risk, and compliance.
Okay. Governance,
Risk and
Risk.
compliance.
risk and compliance. Okay, great. And some
Is Ariba one of the module version?
which one?
Is SAP Ariba is one of the module now?
SAP Ariba is
Okay.
one of the portal complete, not a module, I can
Portal.
say.
Supplier.
Ariba was acquired by SAP in the year 2022. Once Ariba is acquired by SAP, then yeah, it's completely part of SAP, right? So yeah, SAP Ariba is a one, I can say, portal, supplier portal, where I can see more about upstream, downstream level. Okay, they will differentiate based on the process flow, how exactly they onboard supplier, and how integration will happen from SAP Ariba to SAP S/4HANA. Okay, majorly, imagine SAP S/4HANA is used by Honeywell. Okay, that's a big customer. And what are all the supplier who supply the goods to Honeywell, right? And they may use as SAP Ariba also, right? It will be easy for have a integration between customer who use SAP S/4HANA with SAP Ariba, right? Then yeah, it's more about where customer wants to connect with a bigger entity, right? Sorry, supplier wants to connect with a bigger entity, and that time, yeah, definitely we can propose to a supplier who are all supplying goods to a bigger entities or customer. Then yeah, SAP Ariba implementation is really good, which will have a good integration between SAP S/4HANA and SAP Ariba. So if they if SAP S/4HANA side, we activate couple of like what I can say, gateway, or maybe couple of iDocs, and then some interface are there that you have to activate. Okay, with the support of who has a knowledge on the integration side, right? They can just suggest, okay, these are the portal, these are the activity to be activated. With that, you can easily communicate between SAP Ariba and SAP S/4HANA, like that. Okay. Even I have worked on SAP Ariba integration with SAP S/4HANA when I was managing requirement in PwC, one of the projects which SAP Ariba team separately they're managing all the activity, and from SAP S/4HANA side, I was managing all the procure to pay cycle activity. And yeah, it's more about testing activity wherever it is required. We used to create some data in SAP S/4HANA, and Ariba team used to create some data from there. And when we save the data from the HANA side and creating a PO, and yeah, it should reach to Ariba side, or Ariba side, if they create an indirect procurement requisition, it should come to SAP S/4HANA system, like that. It's more about yeah, internal communication between these two applications. Okay, and even some company have their own third-party portal. When I was in Honeywell, they had a HASP1 portal, Honeywell some supplier portal, and yeah, it was just it's more about customize the portal for all the supplier who has to communicate with the Honeywell, right? In that case, yeah, we used to support Honeywell supplier portal. It's not like Ariba, it's something different. Okay. Yeah, in some project you have to learn more specific to customer specific requirement. It's not only like if you know SAP S/4HANA material management, you cannot even completely manage the requirement. You have to learn something which the customer or client will ask you to work on. That new application you have to learn, and you have to experience over there, and then you have to work on the integration part of SAP S/4HANA with the other application. Okay. Anyone have any question till now?
Prasun, SAP Fiori share, I guess so. What is that?
Okay. SAP Fiori is a new URL given. SAP Fiori applications are there, which was introduced by SAP S/4HANA only. In SAP ECC 6.6, you will not find any SAP Fiori apps. Okay, but when you see in SAP S/4HANA, they have introduced user experience side, like most of the ERP application, which will be more attractive, right? Where user can easily run the process and tackle the regular basis activity. For that, SAP also come up with their own Fiori application, which you can install in your tab or in a mobile device, wherever it is possible, right? It's simple thing that each and every transaction which we run in a SAP GUI means graphical interface, okay, user interface. So instead of going with the login of graphical user interface for that system side, if they want to remember all the codes, right? SAP Fiori come up with the tiles. It's just an icon. Imagine you want to create a material, or you want to create a supplier master, or you want to create any data for specific requirement, then you can just put that Fiori apps in your desktop or in your tab, right? Wherever you go, you manage to just run the process. Even you are traveling that time, you have to open something apps, and then you can enter all the information, then you can save it. Okay, that data will go and just update into SAP GUI. Okay, here you just enter all the information in the front end by opening the apps, right? You enter, okay, you want to create a material, then you put all the details of material specification, then you put all the detailed information about the storage location or plant details, whatever it is. You just enter it and then you save it, right? That data will get updated in the GUI, and you want to display it quickly later stage also, you can easily manage. Imagine some cases what happens, the plant maintenance team or anyone who cannot carry their desktop or maybe laptop to a plant location, or maybe they have to travel from one place to other place. Okay, there is no chance of like carrying things over there, so it's easy for them to just carry a tab simply, and from there they can go to that plant, and they can enter all the information and just save it. And yeah, that will get updated in the SAP GUI from the in the main system. Okay, it's just a, I can say, platform, I can say, or maybe URL. Okay, which you can just go and just type the URL here, and it will open, and then you can put the user ID password, then log in, and then you can work out on the same. It's not mandatory to have a desktop or laptop to open the system. Okay, so I'll show that once I get into SAP screen, because today I'm not planning to open SAP screen. Tomorrow I will open SAP as on a remote system, and from there I'll just open both the system, SAP GUI, and log in and show you how exactly creating a data in SAP GUI and creating one data in SAP Fiori. So then you'll understand better here. Okay. So, and also in Fiori, you should learn more about SAP Fiori UI UX. Okay, that is not done by a functional consultant. For that, separate UI UX developer will be there, who will be taking care of the development of UI UX. In the sense, any new apps to be developed, right? So that time we have to take support of a UI UX developer by giving the existing apps, and you can ask developer to develop the new Z application. Okay, customized application, which can be developed in a SAP Fiori. And one more is there, SAP S/4HANA business intelligence something. Okay, so it's more about developing reports. Okay, where instead of developing a customized transaction code, where you see, okay, you can create a purchase requisition, purchase order, or whatever action you are doing in the system. But the business will ask, hey, Prashun, I want to develop some report which should be a quick, and I don't want to get into a complicated development of new transaction code. That time, yeah, we can just recommend for a business to take care of this particular business intelligence, I can say, as application, where they can develop the reports by taking the of SAP S/4HANA like database. Okay, they just take all the database, what exactly you are creating and storing it, right? From that, you can work on developing the new reports without touching the SAP. Sorry, SAP existing data, existing transactions, I can say.
So,
Okay,
Prasun, is BI and BO like they come together or they are different?
Business objects are different. Business objects are different. Business intelligence are different. I can say analytical reports and all developed by business intelligence. Okay, you just correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, business objects are still there or not? I have to check once. That was there in SAP, and ECC time and all. Business objects were there.
Okay,
I will
so it
check.
is outdated.
I have to check there whether it is outdated or are they still using business objects. But whenever I get called from experience of from a business object, right, they always used to say about business intelligence. Okay, even I got this update or information when I was working in one of the projects where they have just mentioned in every discussion that we will go through business intelligence and we'll work on this particular gap to be developed. We don't want to get into the Z transaction code, or maybe into the ABAP side. They don't want to work on the development of new transaction code. And in most of the projects I have seen SAP S/4HANA, they may go with the SAP Fiori new application to develop, or they can go with the business intelligence side. And very few scenario I have seen that they'll go with the Z transaction code to develop or a report to develop. If they have it in ECC, all the Z transaction, they may move into SAP S/4HANA, maybe that left and shift, I can say, or else they will follow Fiori application or this one. Someone is asking.
Thank you.
Yeah, Prasun, and S/4HANA BI, in that we make report like we made in a Power BI or any other tools like that.
That I have to explore more. I'm not very sure whether they use Power BI in business intelligence side. I'll explore and come back on that. How exactly this BI will work, and what are the areas you should know, and how much knowledge is required. As a SAP S/4HANA MM consultant, I used to just like wrote into a respective team. And there was a separate team who takes care of HANA BI, and yeah, they used to take inputs from my end, and yeah, they used to work on the same. I never put my brain over there to know much. Yeah, maybe I have to. Yeah, now I have to explore this part. I can give you more details on the same. Yeah.
Prashan, did you hear about SAP Field Glass? That I have some, like I have heard from one of my friend who is working as a consultant. So
Yeah,
yeah, he called me that do you know the ACP, what is ACP Field Glass, because they are aligning me with the SAP Field Glass project. But yeah, really do not know what it is exactly. So
I heard about field glass, but I never explored much on the field glass.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can
Okay,
explore.
okay.
Can I add something, Prashant?
Yeah, yeah, can go ahead, please.
So I have a high level view, Paras. So Fieldglass deals with procurement of services and few of the bidding related processes, if I
Mhm.
remember
Okay.
correctly. So yeah, I had gone through few of the presentations. So currently it is still recommended or not, I'm not sure, but Fieldglass basically deals with procurement of services.
Okay, okay, okay. Noted. Yeah.
And yeah, anyone have any idea about other area? Just you can add on here. So this is just kind of a brainstorming. Okay, I want to know whether you all know about what is what. Okay, if you don't know much about finance and controlling or metal management, sales and distribution, production planning, quality management, plant maintenance, you can just go this research and get some more ideas. Okay, so knowing about all these things also not an issue. You can just explore everything. Okay, but every module has a very vast exposure, you should know. And if I explore, if I divide, like I can just give all the topics which comes under SAP management or SAP S/4HANA sourcing and procurement. It's a huge knowledge you should know on each and every each module wise. Okay, then anyone wants to explore more? Yes, if you want to know about SAP SAP Ariba, yes, you can combinedly get such exposure, which will be helping you to build a career into into sourcing and procurement area, right? In Ariba, which is more about supplier portal side knowledge, you can explore. And here you can more about the end-to-end, on the procurement to pay cycle, and even inventory management, and even you can look into the integration between and FI, and and SD, and and PP, QM, PM, PS, like that. And yeah, EWM is more about it's very hot in the market. Overall, having an experience of Ariba or any other area into inventory management IM model, that then you can explore more of the EWM. And who is experienced in SD model, then they can take up TM. And someone is experienced in PPQM, then they can take up IBP. And yeah, if anyone want to cross module exposure on finance, if they know well and they want to learn WIM, they can definitely jump into WIM. And even model consultant can take up MDG. Yeah, like that you can take up any model, and yeah, you can explore. And yeah, with in my experience, I have got all the module exposure because of the different project which I have involved, where I got PPQM, PM, PS, all this, right? Based on the customer expectation, where I used to work on the couple of requirement. And even I worked on SAP SD model, where they asked us to work on the form developments on the sales and distribution. That time I understood about the end-to-end business cycle out of interest. That's it. Okay. And now I'm exploring more about EWM here and there based on the interest only, nothing much. Okay, I have to work on the more on the business execution only as of now, but I'm exploring few module with my interest. Okay.
A few two modules. Sorry, I joined late
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, can add it there.
And those are very niche, but very highly in demand. And anybody like SD or consultant can learn those. So one is SAP GTS, Global Trade Services.
Yes, correct.
This is particularly, guys, in India, it is not that highly regulated stuff, but when things come, whoever is working with the European Union or say USA, which is like we have highly regulated states, so there this is very helpful to directly interact with the regulatory authorities. SD and both the consultants. This is related to
your consultant, and consultants can add on this.
Yeah.
This. module. Yeah.
And to briefly explain it,
Yes,
I
yeah,
don't
yes.
know whether so
Yes,
so
yes, people will take
like,
up GTS. Yeah, more. I have
yeah.
seen. Yeah.
So because like see why this is highly in demand, because it's easily, we can easily connect with the regulatory authorities. Okay, so there are systems like Atlas and whatnot in Asia APAC. The system name is Atlas. So especially for I think in Indonesia, Singapore, Japan, those countries, those can be getting connected with the regulatory through Atlas system. So what it does, it is like compliance management. So like I am sitting here in North America, and let's say Paras is placing an order. I am a manufacturer, so I don't know Paras credibility, right? In that case, people will say, why can't we use credit union's report to check? But that is not how it works. So like if I'm manufacturing some engine and Paras is willing to buy those engines, so I should also check the dual usage, what actually is going to do with that engine. And this happens, guys, right? So like if my engine is so powerful enough that it can fit into an aircraft, people might say we will be creating and something, we might be using it in a boat or something, or in the industrial use. But what if Paras creates an aircraft and just blast it into some building like 9/11? So that is why government started checking the dual use of the product, whether the actual end user is going to consume that product, or he is going to sell it to somebody, and who is that somebody. So at that level, the regulatory guys tracks some kind of thing. So this is like, there are 3 sub-modules in this GTS: compliance management, customs management, and preference processing. And everywhere there is like, it's being used when it comes to a process, document processing. If I am doing sales order, that means it is an expo, things are going out. And if I am doing import, that means things are coming in. There are some licensing which is needed, that also we can configure it under SAP GTS, and through which we can either block the document or release the document based on the rules of our regulatory department in the organization. So that is something. And when I say customs, so you must have heard, like, when you can't send stuff from India to abroad directly, there are customs. What is custom? Yeah, you heard about it, like Mumbai customs and Bangalore customs are like, they are very strict. They caught people. So that documentation, when somebody is manufacturing something in India and sending it across the globe, they have to file the customs with their authorities in India. When somebody is manufacturing in India and sending it over to abroad, if it is via ship, via plane, via truck, via train, whatever, that means is they have to submit the documentation. And if I am importing it from India, I have to submit it here to my customs authorities that I am expecting this truckload coming from India, from XYZ company, and this is what the product is. What if there are any tariffs, I have to pay those tariffs and all those kind of things. Those are automatically done before the trucks comes to the port. The documentation is clear, and that is why the system can, like, people can load that truckload into the ship immediately. If this is not done in Europe, it is so much stable that before the truck crosses the border, let's say a truck is traveling from Germany to Brussels, as soon as the truck comes to the border of Germany and entering, say, Belgium, they have the clearance itself before in hand, so that nobody has to cross check what is there in that truck, how much is the value of that goods, and interstate taxation, they can handle it. So that is that GTS thing. GTS can do that. Another module, interesting module, is SAP EHS, Environment, Health and Safety. So I don't know how many of you have observed the petrol tanker carefully. Yeah, Ashwari, you're right. Embargo is there, but embargo is like Iran and Syria and those countries. And there is type of embargo which is covered under GTS, but yes, embargo is function of one of the function in the compliance management module of GTS. Environment, health and safety is something like, I'm coming back to my petrol truck example. If you observe that truck carefully, there is a hazardous symbol and the number is mentioned. And what is that? So for just a layman, in a layman language, I would like to explain it. So like, if what will happen if that petrol, your skin comes into a contract with the petrol, so what do you know? We as an Indian, we know, yeah, it will just go away. But are there any impact on your skin of that chemical? Petrol is nothing but a petrol. It's a chemical, right? So in order, if you go to Shell, petrol pump or anybody, they will have that material safety data sheet, which explains everything. If a person comes in contact with such kind of chemicals, what are the next steps? What are the medical thing they have to take, precautions they have to take care of? In which case they have to directly go to the doctor. It is all, that kind of stuff is covered under this module. So like environment, health and safety. And this also being used at bigger manufacturing facilities to track the incidents while working, whether somebody gets injured or something, that under that people can create tickets. So that also can be done. But these are very niche modules. So like I have the dangerous goods that is also being used. You can set that. I don't know how many SD consultants are here, and have you handled the dangerous goods scenarios kind of thing. The DG setting, we know it is setting in the material master, but actual DG actually declaring that substance as a dangerous goods happens in the EHS system. And that is how the EHS and like material linking or integration is there, and the data flows accordingly. So this is again key and very, very niche. If somebody gets an command on these modules, guys, it's I will tell you, today also there is a high demand of GTS consultants in the market, that people can easily land up a job somewhere in Europe and States.
Right. That's
So this is a trend. These are very niche skills. So try to hire each and every consultant having a good knowledge of EHS and trying to do a monopoly kind of thing in the IT world, that we have the best EHS team across the globe.
right.
And similarly, all the good GTS consultants, I will say cream layer of that GTS consultants are now.
So that's a good information, like about GTS and EHS. It's very detailed knowledge, and it's really a lot of information about customs, and then about the dangerous goods, how you activate that or checkbox which you have in Metal Master. Yeah, who has SD module expert? Definitely they know about SD consulting side. Okay, then you can add on GTS for sure. And even I will try to invite ABAP consultant, senior consultant, who can give a couple of knowledge on ABAP coding side, how exactly the development requirements will be there, and how they manage to develop such a couple of RISE-W, right, report interface conversion, enhancement form, workflow. Yeah, that kind of discussion we can do it. Yeah, we'll try to explore as much as possible. That's not an issue. And yeah, we will deep dive into one area, more knowledge, and other areas we can integration knowledge. Then yeah, you can propose your profile as a multi-module experience, or one module and secondary module is this. That can be done accordingly. Yeah, at the end you all should get an opportunity in an organization level where you can just finish their requirement, right, or complete the expectation of the customer, what they're looking for. Simple. Okay. So till now you all got this information, and I would like to give one cycle of knowledge. Okay, this is more about module level information. In case any module which we get it right during our exploration, like exploring multiple things, then we can add on here. Okay, this page will be open for all. Then I'll be moving into other sheet to give a one cycle knowledge. Anyway, it's 10:27. So what I'll do is I'll just give a like a rough idea about what I'm going to drive tomorrow. Okay, 1 second. SAP S/4HANA MM. Okay. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, right? I'll just give a one idea, a couple of scenarios I'm going to showcase tomorrow. Firstly, I will give you a or structure idea. Okay, what are the or structure which you can develop in the system? Okay, before or structure, I will be giving a picture of industry process, right? What is planned, what is store location, what is purchase organization, like that. I'll give a rough idea about each and every terminology, which will be easy for you to relate before you get into SAP screen. Okay, purchase organization, and then purchase group, then material group, all that material types, right? I'll just give all the terminology. We will just explore. Okay, then it will be easy for you to relate with the any example of a simple business process. I will take one industry specific requirement, and from that I will try to showcase about what is raw material, what is semi-finished, and what is finished material, what is packaging material, like that, right? So I'll give such knowledge also initially. Then I will try to drive one cycle end to end. Okay, so which will give a clarity of what exactly you're going to learn in an entire this module consulting level, right? Then even I will give a couple of idea about how to create the data, how to view that data as a report, then where exactly data will get stored when you create it in SAP system, right? So that all information I'll explain you. In that you can find 3 different data: configuration data, then master data, and transaction data. So I'll give that differences to all. Okay, and a couple of reports to show, and database also, reports and data base, or I can say table list of tables. Okay, where exactly the data will get stored. Okay, so like that I can give a one structure of entire process, which will be clear for you all to follow. Then I'll make one simple key data structure. So how exactly a company will work on developing a one structure, right? As a or structure, enterprise structure, I can say, to drive the entire business process. Without having all that data in a system, you cannot manage to execute the process. For that, I'll be talking about SAP landscape also. Firstly, I will talk about, okay, I'll just cut it here. I'll talk about firstly SAP landscape. Okay, what is the landscape? How it works? Okay, how as an end user, user level, what they will access the system. As a consultant, what we will be accessing the SAP landscape. How basis team will take care of creating multiple system before we implement the SAP. And even I'll be talking more about SAP best practices, then SAP configuration guide. Then I will talk about little on few site which you can explore, where you can read documentation part before you get into a entire cycle, right? So that I will explore tomorrow, which will give a clarity of what is what. Then I will open SAP screen and start engaging with you all to showcase existing data, what SAP the standard best practices given data will be available. That I will just open and show you all. Then we can deep dive into the implementation level knowledge and configurations, reports, testing, test cases, all that we will do it. So clear for you all?
Yes.
Okay, already Swapnil, overall consultants are experienced into SD and all the business expertise level, right? They will be knowing all these things, but it will be just pressure for everyone in the initial first week of the week of training. And yeah, second week I'll be going in depth knowledge of each and every structure, each and process,
Yep.
and even data, whatever you are looking for, I will be driving it, and I'll be making even use cases to just test it and show it to you all. And transaction side, yeah, we have to explore more about the manual creation of the requisition. Then later I'll be working on the MRP generation, MRP through how to generate requisition separately. I'll have a scenario, then request for quotation. When you're converting, taking reference of requisition to a RFQ to create, then RFQ you can convert to PO, or directly you can refer a requisition to convert PO. All that we can take a multiple scenario during the cycle what I test, but initially, yeah, we can do a simple structure to create in the system, and from that I can create the master data. Then I can go with the transactions, then I'll get into the reports for each and every master data and transaction level, how we can get the list out of that we can drive. Yeah, then we can explore more about the tables also, which will be associated with the configuration data and master data and transaction data, that we can list out as much as possible. Yeah, we'll
Yep.
go in that mode. Yeah, that will be good. And even I can make a live picture to add into the slides here only. So I used to have that habit of creating a structure on spot, where I can use to put okay, this is plant, this is location, okay, exactly the material will come from where, then moving into here, and this is the main component, this is the sub components. Okay, that I
Mhm.
can a live scenario by taking up any business which you can just choose on the spot, right? I don't want to prepare and come here with the scenario which I can just drive with the you all, which you can even propose some examples. And about the system side, I'll be keep ready with the company and company code data ready, because this is more about we can copy any company code which has a proper data which you can copy and create in front of you all. But we more focus about the structure about production planning side, what we can create. And even you can guide on SD side, I can create couple of sales organization, sales distribution channel, all that in the initial stage. Then we can use that data for SDMM integration time. That also can be
Mhm.
done, right?
Yeah.
So that we can add on once we need where SD and MM will come into picture, right? Where we can
Yeah.
update or config some of the SD module part also. And even I want to add more on the finance and controlling side, I can even invite FICO like a support person in this group. Okay, so they can just assist wherever you find challenges in the finance and controlling side, any errors are arising, or you face some problem between your practice system and system. We will start giving access from a Thursday, right? Tomorrow we just explore SAP system, and from Thursday onwards you can access the system and you can drive whatever I'm going to showcase in another in this first 2-3 days time, right? That you can just execute and you can finish it on the weekends. More you can finish whatever I'm covering. That next day you can just do it and come back and just sit in this meeting, right? You'll able to relate what we have done in the last session. Okay. I will stop sharing here. I'll send the link, okay, where I have created that Google Sheet, right? In that Google Sheet only, I'll be adding everyday session, whatever I teach, guide, and I'll put all the screenshot also. If possible, I'll put in between screenshot what I'm creating on spot only. It will be easy for me to take screenshot and update in the Excel sheet, which you can refer, and you can follow the recording also. You can follow the Google Sheet also, which will be easy for anyone to just follow all these things. Even Mohan Ramesh Shetty, very new to SAP, or anyone here, just raise your hand and you can speak up. Okay, don't even mind whether you know or not. You can just address it. I'm not able to understand, sir, or Prashur. Okay, or Swapnil also adding some knowledge here and there. You can just speak. Okay, don't be in a situation of if I talk or add here or discuss much, what others will think. Don't mind. Okay, just go ahead and just talk. Okay, and yeah, few have involved today with the question, and yeah, we have explored more. And anything you find here and there, you just share it with us tomorrow in the first 5-10 minutes. Okay, 5-10 minutes we can have a general discussion, and then we can engage with the topic. Then last 10 minutes we can have a more open question we can discuss. And more interactive session means it will be really good, and all will learn properly entire module level experience, and you can directly go and work for a company for sure with that knowledge.